Hello everyone! Today I would like to give you a short demo of the entity linking service that was developed in our Lynx project. I'm already at the landing page of our Lynx project website, and here I go to Resources and to the description of services. On this page you see an overview of all our services, and we navigate to entity linking over here and click on this icon to get to the OpenAPI description of the service. Here it opens. What is an entity linking service? Entity linking service is used to find concepts from some pre-specified vocabulary, thesaurus, taxonomy, in some given text. In order to store the vocabularies, we use pool party. After generating all the candidates for the annotation of the text, we use the entity linking service itself to disambiguate. Bear with me and I will show you an example. I scroll down to navigate to the actual endpoints. Here is our server, which points to APIs of the Lynx project. The first thing we need to do is to authorize. I authorize here, I get an OAuth2 token, and now I'm ready to go with my requests. First, I would like to demonstrate you the extract endpoint. Let's click on try it out. I use the default ID of the project. This project is Eurovoc vocabulary. You can find it published on the European Commission website. Good. There are a few options that I can choose, and one of the most important ones is I have to provide credentials to the pool party that is running on the background. I have created a special user, let's call it demo, with a very simple password that's demo. I will delete it straight after this demonstration, so it does not make sense to try it. And here I have prepared some sample input. The service is able to take input both as plain text and as NIF string. NIF is a very special NLP interchange format that we use throughout the whole project to define many useful outputs. Here you can see the input that I have prepared. So actually the input is here. It's just a string that says that I like Madrid, article 1, Europe is good. Not very meaningful. And we already have one annotation from named entity recognition service here, which recognized Madrid at positions from 7 to 13. So you can see also Madrid here. I encode it into JSON. It's here. I have prepared that for you. So I copy it and I paste it here. Good. And now I just execute the query and see what happens. Cool. It was pretty quick. Let's have a look at the outcomes. So our annotation of Madrid is still here. However, we have a new one, which is Europe. So, and Europe, as you know, also appears in the string. It's in position from 26 to 32. And this is one of the labels that we find in the Eurovoc vocabulary. Now we also have a URI of this label. Cool. So even having already annotations did not somehow spoil the results. Cool. That was the first functionality. However, here we had nothing to disambiguate. Let's have a look at more complex examples. I copy this one and I paste it over here. Good. So here the text says, I'm a centrist. I do not have preference over left or right. As you may guess, it has to do with political orientation. Let's try to run it and see if we succeed or not. Actually, we don't. Why that? Well, because in our NIF string, we already had language in the metadata. right over here. In our plain text input we don't have it, so we have to additionally specify the language. We work with our 4 project languages, and in this case it's English. I also set the disambiguation to false to illustrate the functionalities. Now we are ready to go. Let us see what is the outcome. Here is our annotation in NIF format. It's the same string. And now we have 2 annotations, left and right. For right, it annotates with just 1 annotation unit. However, for left, it gives us immediately 2 annotation units. And the only information provided here are their URIs. This is not enough for us to interpret this immediately. That's why we add an additional parameter, that is return labels and borders. We execute again. And now we have a little bit more information about annotation of left. Okay, so the first annotation unit stays for political left. The second annotation unit stands for leave, daily rest period. Okay, the second one is probably not what we want, but how can we disambiguate this automatically? For this we need to change yet another parameter, that is do disambiguation true. And now we do this again. And there is a timeout, so we need to re-authorize. We log out, we authorize again, we got our new token, we execute again, and now we see that for left we have only 1 annotation, which is political left. So our entity linking service was able to correctly disambiguate and only leave the correct annotation. This is great. Now I would like to demonstrate you another endpoint, which is also used in our project, which is a demo of disambiguation. What is it here for us? Okay. Here we do not extract any concepts with pre-specified vocabularies, but rather we already in our input specify what is the string of our interest. Let me give you an example. This example is in Spanish, so it's a little bit more tricky, but I'll try to describe this in English. Here is our context. It says, el taller de la artista estaba lleno de sus propias pinturas. We're interested in the word taller. So we have to specify its start index and its end index. That's 9. And next what we do is we specify the potential senses of taller. Here I have them prepared for you. I just copy and paste. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. And the last one. Okay, good. And now we execute. Let's have a look at the results. Okay. As the results, we just have 4 numbers. Each number corresponds to the provided sense, and the ordering is of course preserved. The higher number indicates the higher score for the given sense. And in this case, the highest number is given for the correct sense, which is the first one, which stands for a place where some part of work is done. Okay, that's interesting. So it gives some output in Spanish, but let's see if the service actually takes the context into account. For that, we provide a different context. We then also have to specify different start and end indices of the target word taller, but we do not modify the senses, and we run this again. Let us see if the scores change. And they do change. And now the service recognizes the second sense as being the correct one, and this is the expected correct output. This was the very short demonstration of the entity linking service, how it can link different concepts to text, or text to different concepts, and how it can efficiently disambiguate. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Bye-bye.